G'day guys, Russ here from Motion Fitness. Thought I'd take the opportunity to down tools and go for a quick climb up the side of Mount Dandenong on this beautiful sunny day. It's a little bit windy, so it's a tad cool, but we should be able to see all the way to the city when we get to the top. When I get there, I just want to share a little tip for those of you who might be preparing yourself for the selection panel interview. Doesn't take long for the old heart rate to get up. It's a really good workout. This legs are already filling up with lactic acid and the heart rate's well up, so feeling pretty good. Fair way to go, but we're off and running. Whew. Oh, the legs are on fire now, which sucks, but really good feeling. That feeling of doing something, doing some good. Yeah, it's an absolutely glorious day up here. You can probably see the blue sky behind me, but yeah, it's almost confronting, this burnt landscape here. It's really devastating. But again, it's got to be done, and it'd be pretty hard to try and fight a fire up here in these conditions. I mean, it's so bloody steep that if you had to get out on foot to squirt the old hose, then you're going to need a bit of fitness, which might explain why the fireys have a slightly higher beep test requirement than the police and PSO applicants. But hey, we don't make the rules, we just got to meet the requirements, and so that's what we'll do. Alrighty, this is the office, and there's a fantastic view from there out the window. So we'll pop up there and have a look, and then we'll get into this selection panel interview tip that I want to share with you. Well, at the top now, with a beautiful sunny day, a little bit of cloud, but gorgeous day, and of course this makes it all worthwhile. It's just such a fantastic view from up here. It's worth every step. Okay guys, well it's at the top. I've had a couple of minutes to catch my breath. The makeup artist isn't here yet, so I'll just carry on with the video anyway. But I just wanted to share a little tip for you, for those of you who are preparing yourself for that all-important selection panel interview. Now for those members doing our course, we obviously cover this in the course, but for those who maybe are trying to go it alone, keep in mind that when you're coming up with your answers, it really doesn't matter whether it's a personal experience that your evidence is coming from, or whether it's a professional experience. So is it personal or work related? Now some questions in the Key Performance Indicator document lend themselves very much to a personal example, and others are obviously work related. So you need to match those properly. But where the answer could be either or, try and come up with an example of a life experience that's a little bit outside the box. Now, things like having international travel as an experience. If you've been travelling overseas before, there's some great life experiences there that you'll have that other applicants who haven't had the opportunity to travel internationally just won't have. So try and draw some experiences from that international travel if you can. If you've got the skills of a second language, or you can speak a second language, try and draw from an experience that you've had where you can use that second language to demonstrate you meet the Key Performance Indicator criteria. But of course in doing so, you're also demonstrating not only do you have that second language, but it's a very practical skill that you've been able to put into use, into good use in the past. And it suggests, of course, that you might be able to put that good skill into use in the future. So if you've got a second language, you've got to make use of that. That's a real Monty, that one. If you've worked in the area of disability, some people work with people with disabilities, and that's very much out of the box. Not everybody could do that. It takes a special kind of person to work with people with disabilities. So if you've got that life experience, try and get it in there in one of those answers. The same with elderly. If you've worked with elderly people, try and get some experiences from your work in that area into your questions. If you've done any volunteer work, lots of applicants have volunteered for the SES, for example. I mean, that's another good one. If you've got that volunteer experience in any field, try and get that in there. These are experiences that I think are worth a little bit more than your general experiences that you might get and that your average applicant's going to get. So try and put that to good use. Other areas might be if you've had a huge achievement, something really special, way outside the box. Maybe you've represented your country. That's the sort of thing you want to try and get into your answers again, because not every applicant's going to have that type of experience to be able to share. So I guess ultimately what it comes down to is using the very best answer that you can come up with for each key performance indicator, regardless of whether it's a personal related experience or a work related experience. Again, some of them are obviously work and personal, so use them where you need to, but when it could be either or, try and draw from those extra life experiences that not every applicant is going to have access to. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about preparing for your selection panel interview, don't hesitate to send me an email or leave a comment under this video, and I'll do my best to answer the questions for you. Okay guys, well I hope you found that helpful. I'm going to get back to this beautiful view for a couple more minutes, and then it's back to the real world down the bottom there. Okay guys, until the next video, see you later. Keep your foot on the gas. That was for you, Adam.